Welcome back to the Modern Woman Warrior Show. I'm Amber Fight.
And I'm Louisa Kate. This channel is created by women, for women, and centers on all things personal protection and self-defense.
If you are joining us for the first time, welcome. And if you're coming back, thanks for being here.
If you like what you see and hear, please hit the subscribe button, give us some likes, and drop us some comments.
That's right. This is a perfect opportunity for you to make a commitment to yourself and your family to become competent to defend yourself and your loved ones.
So, if the worst case scenario happens, you can say to yourself and your attacker, wrong woman, wrong day.
Let's take a look at the first 3 videos in the series.
This 4-part program builds the shooter from the ground up, starting with stance. Now, we understand that there is no time to stop and think about stance, grip, trigger press, and marksmanship under pressure if you were attacked and left with no choice but to pull the pistol. But we have to train using all of these skills so that when we are under pressure and our life is at stake, we will have the muscle memory built up to do all of these things quickly without thinking. So here is a bit of our stance video. You want to make sure that your feet are pointed toward the line of fire. You don't want one toe pointed off to the side because it makes you less stable and leaves you unbalanced.
It was amazing how much better Karen and Darian shot once we gave them a balanced stance.
Yes, it is. Now, let's look at step 2 of our 4-part series, the fundamentals of shooting grip. We bring our hands together so that the middle of the index finger touches the bottom of the trigger guard. Now, we are going to roll our hands back together so that there is no gap between the thumb on the shooting hand and the thumb on the support hand. No gap. This is a terrific lesson on proper grip.
It really is. Now let's look at an excerpt from our 3rd part of that series on trigger press. It is really important because the key to accurate shooting is actuating the trigger without moving the gun off the target. Okay, let's quickly review the 4 elements that anyone who wants to shoot a handgun accurately must follow. 1. Stance. Without a comfortable and stable stance, it is much harder to shoot a handgun accurately, and especially if you are a new shooter.
That's true. 2. Grip. Unless you have a solid grip on the gun, it is impossible to shoot accurately, and that inaccuracy is made even worse when the shooter tries to shoot more quickly, which becomes really important in a self-defense situation.
3. Trigger press. This is huge. To become accurate, a shooter must press the trigger without pulling the gun off its intended target.
4. And finally, aiming. Aiming is sight alignment and sight picture.
Aiming the gun seems simple, but in our experience with more than 500 basics of pistol shooters under our belt, it is not necessarily so.
That's so true. In order to get our beginning pistol shooters to understand the dynamics of aiming a pistol correctly, we have come up with some aids that help our students understand.
I remember when you guys came up with that training aid that was big enough for the Jolly Green Giant. Hold on. I'm right here. See? This seems to help a good bit still, but some of our new shooters could not seem to grasp the principle of looking through the sights to the target.
That is true, and I've never really understood that disconnect. And so as we plan to continue this big homemade show and tell piece, particularly in a really large class where we have students that are 20 or 30 feet away from the instructor, so, we still will.
Yeah.
But
super exciting though. We also have a new teaching tool from our friends at trainingsites.com. These clever and innovative sight trainers, let's get it right here. Sight trainers allow the instructor to clearly demonstrate what sight alignment should, right here, properly look like.
And if you superimpose...
I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead. We do this often. We also have the training sites also come with for rifle. So when we get into our rifle training classes, we can also use these. So just kind of show you guys. Yeah.
So when you superimpose these sights over a target, then you can actually see and get a clear view of what you should be seeing as you look through the sights of a gun. So that's why these are so important.
Absolutely. That really is good. It's good training aid. We are so grateful to trainingsites.com for trusting us, for giving us these to use for our students. Now let's take a look at what this will look like on a gun.
Utilizing the Ransom International Master Series rest, we were able to hold the pistol on the target so steadily that we can see the sights exactly as the shooter can see them.
Accurate shooting is dependent upon aiming the gun correctly and for the shooter to focus on the front sight.
What an amazing camera shot that is, Amber. It shows exactly what the shooter should see if they were aiming the gun correctly.
The human eye can only focus on one thing at a time, and it is critical for accuracy that we focus on the front sight. Notice the rear sight is a little bit blurry. The front sight is clear, and the target is a little bit blurry.
And notice, because the aiming is correct and the Ransom Master Series rest is so incredibly well made, shot after shot go in the same spot, the same hole, within a ½ inch of the first hole.
We have a bonus video right after this program, Understanding Tactical Reloads.
So, that completes our 4-part series on the fundamentals of pistol marksmanship. We recommend that you go back and review all 4 videos.
We hope you enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you and all of our warriors.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give us a like, drop us some comments. We try to answer each and every comment in a timely manner.
Thanks again, and see you next Tuesday.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.